into the next chat because I know brothers' times are limited. We got to respect. Can't say that no Fonz got his show most likely too going on. But I gotta get these brothers, especially Fonz, man. Attic, if you don't mind, I hijack your topic for a little bit with Dragons.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dogma 2, man. Out in the streets, the pawns are out here, risens. I'm seeing a
See
lot
what
of.
you did there.
That's kind of stupid. I do not think they're gonna shadow drop a console. You kind of dumb.
Who you talking? What is going on? Who you beefing with? Anyway,
I don't even read the chat. I mean, unless you super chat, but I had to read that because that was so idiotic.
you're ridiculous. Anyway, Dragon's Dogma 2, Fonz, you've put in a lot of hours, even to completion, I believe. Is that true?
Yes. 72 hours
Wow.
completed yesterday.
Wow.
I enjoyed it immensely.
Okay.
However,
Uh-oh.
there's some issues with the game.
So let's get the non-spoiler breakdown.
Non-spoiler breakdown. I gave it 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it's a solid game, but the issues just hold it back from that 9.
Really?
It just really does.
Game of the year contender?
Oh!
I think the issues hold it a bit. So far, it's my favorite game of this year.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it could be for me personally.
Okay.
But do I think that it would be nominated for Game of the Year? Probably not. When you got things like Elden Ring coming out, the DLC and stuff, I think that'll probably be up there. It's the design of the game that I have a problem with. It's the design of the actual quests. The quest lines, you can mess up in this game, and when you mess up, you ain't fixing it. It's done.
Oh.
Like there's things that you can come across early on that you may not know is part of a quest, and you might sell this stuff because hey, it's just heavy. And then when you get to that quest, you ain't finishing it, you know. Wow. And that happened to me with one particular quest, and then later on, when I got to the end of the game, I didn't even know I was at the end of the game. It just happened so abruptly that I got into the last battle and I was like, oh, hold up. I wanted to finish a couple of things.
Yeah.
It was like, no, you ain't finishing shit.
Language.
You're gonna go on and you're gonna finish this game now. And I couldn't do certain side quests because I didn't do certain things before I got to that particular side quest. Like you have to do certain things in a sequence to get it to go through and complete. And that I find just annoying as all hell. Like it shouldn't be that way. But I think this is the game design. This is the way they designed it. They designed these side missions to where if you mess up, it's on you. And that's where I think I don't think it. Well, I do think it needed more time to cook. Somebody, Robert Kellett in the chat said Dogma needed another month to cook. FPS is lacking. That's the truth because you know I'm working with a 4090 and like the top of the line freaking
put the pinky up.
Intel CPU that I have, and it still drops to like 53 frames in the city. And I'm like, you know, that's still okay, but it shouldn't be that way with the rig I have. It should not. So the optimization is horrible.
Wow.
And that is the biggest problem I have with the game. It's like performance should be better than it is. And on console, it's just horrendous. Like, I mean, 20 frames at times. Like that's ridiculous.
It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, I had a good time with it. Just I question some of the design choices, but hey, that's their design choice.
Now, I gotta ask you, what did you enjoy about the game? Like, I want to know about like what
the combat.
Yeah, tell me what's the good of this game.
Okay, so the combat, I really enjoy the combat of the game, and I tried each vocation.
Okay.
And I maxed out several of them.
Nice.
And even got their ultimate moves and stuff, and I was able to really enjoy each one that I played, and they all had. The thing about it is it's well balanced to the point where, you know, every character could be potentially like OP in this game, like overpowered, and it doesn't matter which one you really pick; they're all freaking fantastic. That is a sign of a good like game when it comes to combat mechanics and stuff. To me, I like the fact that you can just choose something, go with it, and you're gonna have a blast with it and be tough, and because you want to feel that in the game, right? Like when I play a game like this, I like to feel like overpowered. I like to feel that way. So I got to that point with several vocations, and then what I did like is the pawn system. The pawn system is
cool.
honestly, it's weird because there's been a couple of people that came up to me and said, "Hey, I don't like this game, and it's because of that pawn system." And I'm like, "Really?" Because that's one of the best aspects of the game. In my
That's what
opinion.
Maddie told me.
I love the fact that these pawns, you know, sometimes they may fall off a cliff, do something stupid, but for the most part, they're really there to help you out. And,
Sir,
and
over
they do.
there.
And like, there's been times where I'm on top of a griffin and it flies off, and I'm like, "Oh crap! This thing, when my stamina goes down, I'm gonna fall to my death." Well, I've fallen off those griffins, and then all of a sudden, one of my pawns, my Mike Tyson, because that's my main.
You call Mike Tyson? You got a little Mike.
He looks like Mike. He's got the tattoo, everything.
Ooh.
He just caught me. He was on the ground. He ran under the griffin, caught me in his arms, and he goes, "I got you, sir." He pushed me down.
Amazing.
You got your squire?
That's like game of the year contender
That
stuff, man.
sound fire.
Amazing.
That
It
sound
blew my
fire.
mind
Shout
when
out to
that
Mike
happened. I
Tyson
was
for
like-
catching fawns.
I was like, "What?" And so like things like that, and also the fact that the other two pawns that you can acquire within the game are other people's main pawns. So
Nice.
people were using my Mike Tyson, and then at the end of the, you know, at the end of their use of my pawn, they will send you gifts and give you thumbs ups or hearts and tell you thank you. You know, let me use your
You
Mike
out here
Tyson.
pimping out pawns?
Oh, man, don't do that.
The way it is.
Pawn pimp.
Yo, go out there and make that money, pawn.
And the character
My
creation
liege.
is it is the best I've ever worked with.
Wow.
I literally made so many different characters.
saw
in
your
these.
timeline,
I made
bro.
Colt, I made Colt Eastwood,
Yep.
and I made Mike Tyson. I
Mike
made
Tyson.
several characters, including myself. And it was so scary that I was like, I'm not rocking with myself in this game. No, I'm hideous. I'm not going to do this. So, but I made so many freaking different characters and stuff in this game, and it was like, it's so robust, so good.
Nice.
But yeah, the combat and the pawn system is by far the best thing about this game, and the open world aspect, the exploration and everything.
The random
I love
occurrences
that.
look crazy, bro.
Yes, and there's always something going on around every corner. You're going into enemies all the time fighting, so it's very easy to level up and stuff in this game. And I love that aspect of it. But for me, a big open world game with a lot of exploration, that's my jam.
Okay.
And that's what it gave me. And that's why I gave it a strong 8.
Okay.
But that 1 point knock,
That
it's just
technical.
the game design, it's the quest design that I find it's lacking a bit.
I feel you. No, and final thing, without spoiling, I usually ask Addict these type of questions when he finishes a game, is did the ending give you satisfaction for the journey?
Yes, but it was a bit abrupt. Like I said, there's only 16 main quests in the game, which seems kind of like if that's all you do, you're going to finish it within 20, 25 hours.
Oh, so you could beeline if you choose.
You could, but I did a lot of the side missions. There's like 40 something side missions. I did like 30 plus. So I did a lot.
No, good assessment. Appreciate that, Fonz. Let me get Lord K Asante, because I know his time is limited. We got barbecues to attend. We got things to do. It's Easter. Y'all here with the Lord showing us love, and I appreciate y'all, both of y'all.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, brother. Like, what do you got, man? What your interest in this game? Did you pick it up? Did you
Yeah.
play it?
I've been playing it. I've been playing it on the PC. Shout out to Lord Fonz. I too see you, sir. My liquid food, Cool 4090, has a workout on this thing. It is a beast. Like, I'm really enjoying the game. I see folks in the chat and talking about it. It is a next level experience. The way I equate it to is, and it's a really weird analogy, but follow me. I think this is like normal RPGs are Forza Horizon. Follow me here.
Okay.
This, it's Forza Motorsport.
Oh, okay. This is different.
It
vibe,
is.
different thing.
It is a RPG simulator, like in both good and very bad ways. Like very bad to the point where they're just like, as Fonz is saying, they'll leave you hanging. They'll just leave you out to dry because we're not gonna hold your hand. This is not that. You want your hand held? Go play Assassin's Creed. Go play. You know what I mean? This is RPG to sometimes debilitating degrees, right?
Wow.
But it comes with that really awesome like moment to moment, like Franz is talking about, where they'll catch you out of nowhere. Physics is so insane in this game, right? Unlike any other game, like I was talking to my brother Everborn Saga. You know, you can see you can play the complete edition of what do you call it, Horizon Forbidden West, right? On PC. The graphics will melt your face. It is one of the best looking things. The way they represent black people in that game is second to none.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my
for
God,
sure,
it's insane.
Color people stand up.
But you strip all the GPU goodness out of the way, it is the same kind of game you've had for years. Okay. It doesn't give you any next level physics, no next level complications. And at the top layer, so that people understand what I'm talking about, GPU can scale, CPU cannot. Right? GPU beautiful, this and that, you can turn it up and down. CPU complexity, like that griffin in the far distance that can literally come at you and pick you up and take you with him, that you cannot emulate and toggle up and down. You hit that bar or you don't. We're battling, we're duking it out. I have like 80 apples in my inventory, and they are all rotting over time.
Oh, it's one of those.
Like they are rotting over, and it'll just do that. Every voice is a voice of somebody that's talking, like somebody talking about what next gen is. Next gen is going, seeing an NPC, right? They're going to work, they're coming home, they're kissing their kids, they're going off to the party, they're living their life whether you're there or not. And all of that is being calculated and kept up with by the CPU. What we feared Starfield was going to be, this is. So CPU heavy. Like if you're in the wilderness, you're like with you, Fonz. I got probably the same system you do. In the wilderness, 155 frames per second. I'm just like smooth. It's a beautiful thing, and everything is set to max with ray tracing and all that. The minute you hit the city, the minute you hit the city, you're like 55 frames. You're just like holy, because everything is going on right there.
Did you see that modders was recommending, and I think Capcom actually like co-signed it. If you want the cities to run better, kill the NPCs.
Exactly, because each of them are doing what they do, right? Yeah. They're going to continue doing. They're not there for you. They're living their lives, and all of that is being kept up with and calculated by the CPU.
Although, Asante, there are times where, and I heard this happen to Red Wolf. Shout out to him. I was in a party chat with him when this happened to him. One of his quest givers got killed by an ogre inside the city. Ayo. And he had to use, luckily he had a wake stone to revive him. If he didn't, he would have lost out on all the
That's
quests.
It. That's what I mean by Forza Motorsport. It is debilitating. It is
I think that's a design flaw, though. I personally think that's a design flaw.
They took it too far.
Yeah, your game shouldn't punish you for NPCs killing other NPCs.
That's right.
Because usually Bethesda games will have
a designed it, and that's why it took a point away. Is for that reason.
Because usually Bethesda games, there's always like a fallback option.
Imagine like Imagine speaking to someone like, well, you brought the troll into the town, so it's your fault.
This is my point, right?
There's escort missions too, where the NPC can die, and if you don't have a wake stone, you're done.
So wait, the wake stone is to bring them back.
The wake stone is like a phoenix down. Can you come back with the wake stone, or is it like a certain like you have right then and there, or
you can?
Okay. So at least it's a little bit there. Now, how expensive is a wake stone? Is there a limited amount, or can you buy a minute?
Very limited.
Oh God!
But see, here's the thing about that wake stone too. If that person's dead, you get the wake stone. You go there. If you go there too long, what do you think? We're gonna leave him there? No, we put him to the morgue. Now you got to go to the morgue.
Boy!
You know what I'm saying? It is.
Did you have a problem with your pawn and him catching that virus or whatever?
What? It's a virus that
what's going on in this game?
Check this out. There's a virus.
They got COVID.
Here's the deal. Yes. There is in-game COVID in this game. And it'll travel from one game to another.
They got the plague?
And if you grab the wrong pawn, you get caught with and it's like this game.
STD check your pawns.
This game is crazy.
I go, wait,
I remember.
Wait, what happened, Foz? Wait, hold on. What happened, Foz?
Mike Tyson came back from being in the streets, and he had red eyes.
He had red eyes.
Like, what is going on? And so I looked it up, and it said he had some kind of disease, and I was like, oh, and it could affect the other pawns.
Told you.
The only way
He
to
was
get rid of
pimping
it.
him out, and Mike was going around with using out without use
Came back
protection.
with
Your pawn bit off too many ears.
Oh, come on
So
now.
what I had to do
Oh,
was,
wrong.
he was messing with the wrong one out there. Obviously.
He was getting strange for some change.
So the only way you can deal with this affliction
Is
is you pick up your pawn and yeet him off a cliff.
wait. Why is that the solution? Why do you got to 300 him off the cliff?
Kill him.
You gotta kill him.
Oh, you gotta kill
Yeah,
him?
because supposedly if you don't do that, eventually he'll blow up or something. Like it's
No,
crazy.
what he
crazy.
does- what he does, and this is what's wild.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to cop this.
This is
I'm gonna have to
game
cop
of the
this. Is
year.
game of the year now.
Crazy.
Forget all this.
Crazy.
This feature alone is fire. Continue.
Bro, I won't tell you what happens, but it's very major. If you do not fix him,
Okay, well, don't say that. No
Oh,
spoilers. No
wait,
spoilers.
it can go
Oh,
crazy. It can get crazy.
Yeah.
There's no cure for the
He
affliction.
get manic, son.
there's no
He
cure
go
other
around
than
biting
kill
people.
him. Like, you gotta throw him
Wow.
off a cliff, literally.
Wow.
And then
So-
when he comes back, hey, he's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. He's the
You know what's funny? Like these are
Crazy.
these are the type of features that I desperately want to be in Fable,
Yeah.
like the new Fable,
no,
because
for
Yes.
real. Yes.
See, I've
yes,
sacrificed the
full
frames for this. You talk about next
It
generation stuff now.
It's
It
cool
does
stuff.
next gen stuff, right?
Yeah.
The pawn system is like Drivatars. Like
Ooh.
meet somebody. Like I met shout out Slow Mo Backslap. I met his pawn in the
Wait,
wilderness.
so
you know
everybody's
what I mean?
online porn is in your world?
Yeah.
Is in
If
your
you're friends
world,
with
yes.
them, you could search friends pawns
Yes.
and you can find them and meet them.
Oh, this fire. Oh, this fire.
Somebody
crazy,
got
bro.
your pawn,
This
and they
fire.
infected
Yes.
your pawn and send them back.
Now I will say
what you
something.
do.
though. I
They
do have
diddied
some
your
smoke,
pawn,
though.
son. He went to a free
All
go.
right, so
I do have a bit of smoke.
I
though.
could have been
Just a
that.
little
I
bit of
could have
smoke.
been that guy, and I could have used my inflicted Mike Tyson and got my friend's pawn
And gotten more people
inflicted all of them,
Yes,
and then
that's
sent
right,
them
that's
back.
right.
I could have
Yes.
done
Yo,
that.
just so this is what I'm
but
gonna
he's
do.
a nice guy.
I'm gonna let y'all
protected
know
his
right
friends.
now. I'm gonna buy the game today.
Yes,
and
it's
I'm
going
gonna go
down.
find your pawns, and we're gonna have a freak off. And I'm
You
sending
ain't
them all
no
back
freak
dirty.
off. Stop it. Let Ken Sandy finish his balls because he got to go. But then we finish up. But go ahead, Ken. Go ahead, Ken.
Last part, I will give him some smoke. And
Uh-oh,
I
let's
saw
go,
you,
let's go.
TSWS Gaming. I
Shout out
see
to
you
Ham
in there.
Solo.
He made a call out. Ham Solo, yo, that save system is
the worst.
huge garbage. Like huge garbage. So, quick story. You start the game. You're in the tavern. You got rags on. You just started, right?
Bumming out.
I made my I made my mans. We're looking good. We're ready to head
go.
to the streets. We have our pawns. You save at first, right?
Yeah.
But this is a game where decisions matter, so you can keep saving.
Gotta
saving.
save. Yeah,
You can
that's
go
cool.
anytime. Just keep going and saving, right? But they want you to also save at either camping spots or saving inns. Okay, but I am saving constantly because I know what it's about.
Yeah.
Sometimes you make a mistake, you want to revert, right?
Facts.
So I get myself into a scenario where every time I spawn or every time the game starts, I'm behind enemy lines. And as soon as I'm behind enemy lines, and of course all the pawns are waiting for me because it's supposed to be a sneak mission and I ain't sneaking. So they come as soon as they see me, swords are out and I'm done. Pause.
Yeah, that's super pause. They got the
That's
swords out
wild,
on you.
crazy.
They all pull swords out on you. That's
and
crazy.
this is me at like level 15, 16, 17. I'm like far deep. Well, not that
Yeah.
far, but I've leveled up enough. I got my suit. I got my attire on. I'm a fighter. I got the good swords. The whole thing is right. And then every time I die, they go, "Do you want to respawn at the last tavern?" Right? And most of the time, I'm like, "No, I can handle this. No, I can make this. I make this work. It's fine." But I don't have my pawns with me, and we roll deep. And that pawn system is amazing. The AI, they got your back to the point where when they're not around, you feel kind of hampered, right?
Yeah.
So in this scenario, I'm like, you know what? Okay, the umpteenth time I die, I'm like, all right, let's go back to the inn. Guess where it drops me? Level 2 back to my rags.
Wait. How is it not?
Oh yeah, the
saving
save
your
system was
state?
broken.
They're
The
not
save
saving.
system they fixed it. The save system was broken. I heard about that. I saw it on Reddit.
Wow. So they okay.
I'm at level 17 or whatever. I got my whole situation. It saves me back all. I'm like, that save system is non-existent.
That was
You-
the
you
last
know- you know
thing
what's funny,
saved at the
Kasanta?
end, that's why.
You know what's funny,
Oh.
Casante? So you're like, I need to go back to fix this. So like, how far back? You didn't be specific. We taking you
Right?
back to the start.
Yeah.
So you got okay.
It'll ask you
hours of
two
it.
things. It'll ask you, do you want to go to your last save, which you save on the go,
Right.
or do you
Yes.
want to go way back to the inn? And when you go way back to the inn and you're level 2 now, it erases that last
Oh
Everything.
no!
It erases. So all my stuff is gone.
Hell no! Oh no! That's I'm not. Let me know when that's
See,
fixed. I ain't doing that.
That's
No.
This is what I'm telling you.
It's already
This
fixed.
game-
It's already
fixed
fixed.
it.
They fixed that?
That's how it is.
They
It's not
fixed
fair.
it.
No,
What?
what they did was they gave you an extra save slot to start a new game. That's what they did.
Wait,
But it's
wait,
still
Like,
wait.
you're
wait.
screwed. You
Hold-
just started a new
hold-
game.
Time.
It said you could be so
time,
pissed off you start
You know
over.
why? There's no scum saving in the game. They don't want
Yes.
you.
They don't
scum
want you
save.
to
They
scum save.
constantly-
No.
They'll even auto
Yes.
save all the time.
Yes.
But if you go back to the last time you went to an inn, it is the last time you went to the inn, and then
And
all
that
the
could be
other
at
stuff
level
is
two.
gone.
And if you happen to
All
go
the-
to the last inn, which was at level 2, and now you've been
Yeah.
running things and saving all over the place, but you didn't go back to an
Oh,
inn, yeah, you're back at level 2.
yo.
This is
You-
what I'm
what you
talking
wanna
about.
do is
Simulator
often-
the RPG.
You often want to go to an inn and
Every
save,
time.
just in
Yeah,
case.
Yup.
every
That's
time.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
what.
That's
Okay.
right.
And I
You
did
gotta-
not know
Just
this.
go to the inn. Just go to the
And I
inn,
lost
y'all.
Yeah, you gotta stop off at the brothels.
Many hours. And oh, by the way, you say you started at the brothel. If you go to the brothel one too many times, your pawns start telling other people, yo, that dude keeps coming in and out with a lot of people. And it's like, this game
they
is
talk crap. They
crazy.
do.
I like that.
All right,
I got-
real
I
quick,
got-
because
yeah.
I know we go along and the rest of those in place like this. I'm trying to maximize both of y'all time. All right, the controversy, because both of y'all
Yes.
have heard it, right?
Oh, let me ask one, because I did ask we
please.
have one question.
Yes, go.
It says, do you think it's worth waiting for a sell? He says he's 50-50 on it.
I
So
would
do you
buy
think
it.
this
If
is?
you're into this, I would buy it right away. I think
Okay.
it's
I bought
that
it.
good. It's good.
I bought it for $40 on PC. Day
Okay,
one.
salute. So let's get into the controversy. Obviously, a lot of microtransactions, the quick, the save, the moving around, fast travel. We heard is a point of contention. You know, how did you guys feel about it? Did it affect your experience? Did it not? Do you care about where you guys at with this whole controversy with the microtransaction? Fonz, you can set it off.
I didn't know about them at all until I heard people complaining, because you have to go into like DLC on the Steam store to
Someone
even
say
find
it's
this
a P
stuff.
Diddy simulator.
Stop it. Stop it, Trey.
So, and something that I found out too is, because it's listed as DLC, one thing about it is you can't buy more than one of each of these things anyway. So like if you were to go in there and buy, say, a fairy stone, which you can fast travel with or something, you can only buy one, and you can never go back and buy it again. So the point that some people were making, a lot of people were saying out there, oh, you can't fast travel unless you buy this stuff, the microtransactions, and you can buy so many that you can just place them everywhere. That's untrue. You can't do any of that. However, my feeling on it is, in a fully priced $70 game, there should not be a microtransaction at all.
Oh, wow.
I am not with these things at all when it comes to full price games. So that's where I'm at, and that's where the conversation really should stop. But the reason why I brought up the other thing is because I heard people lying about it, just flat out saying, or maybe they're not lying, they were just talking on something they really didn't know about.
Okay, fair enough. And there's no cosmetic microtransactions, or it's just
No, well, the art of metamorphosis is cosmetic. That's where you can change your look.
Yeah.
And you could buy one of those books
Okay.
to change your thing. But you can buy two of them within the game at the game store
currency.
inside one of the pawn shops anyway. But the thing is too, now they've added 99 that you can buy in game. Capcom to kind of relieve
offset that.
But
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't even know about them until the controversy. I never saw them.
Gotcha. So it didn't affect your experience to that point. Like
Yeah.
you
Oh no, of course not.
KSI.
And it's not really going to affect anybody's. If they buy this stuff, they'll. I mean, what are they going to get ahead at? One fast travel point? Like,
okay.
who cares?
Fair enough. Little KSI, a lot of talk in the streets, microtransactions.
Yeah.
Where you at
So
with it?
I am susceptible to these because like I have been that guy who spent I think I spent what
King David
110 hours on Assassin's Creed Origins, and then went, that was an amazing experience. And then I spent another 100 and something hours on Assassin's Creed. What do you call it? Right after that, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? And in Odyssey, they had like polymorph. You know, you could change your outfit to what you want, and it's all part of it. And you could just use it, right? And then of course, the next time, right, with Valhalla, they go, "You like that polymorph, huh? How about $10?" Right? And that stuff just makes me go, I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean? So like Fonz, it hasn't been egregious to a UB level, I'll just say, because what they'll do is they'll go, you hit that little button on the side here, and here it is. You can buy it anytime you want, right? And shout out to Everborn Saga, who's coined the term. He cash rich, time poor. Ain't nobody got time for that, right?
Y'all got the millions. I'm pocket watching, man.
Let's stop. No, don't you go there.
I'm pocket watching. Y'all big spenders, man.
No, not happening. No. So, like, to Fonz's point, I haven't seen it. You know, I think the idea of spawning another character and making it cost you money or whatever, that is beyond. That's egregious. Yeah. In general, I think games that tie microtransactions to systems in game is also a little bit disingenuous and beyond the pale, because a lot of people out here were willing to pay for the drip. So keep it to the drip, and that's it, right? So I will say, to Fonz's point, it hasn't been egregious at all. It hasn't been, you know, it hasn't been like, oh my God, you know.
Stats. What is he going?
There you go. There you go. Yeah, it hasn't for me, right? Because as Fonz has said, you'll have to be outside the game, buy the microtransaction, and then the game will recognize it. Unlike others who literally put it right in game, right in front of you, and constantly keep messing with you, right?
Wake stones.
Yeah, so
wake stones?
Yeah, wake stones.
You know, I won't say it's like, I'll say it's the conversation around it seems as if it's very egregious, which I don't think it is. But to his point, right? $70 game. I got it on discount, but still $70 game.
I got it on discount.
You should not be.
Shut up.
There you go. You know, you should not be paying all that. Yeah. All I'll say is if you are one of those PC folks and you want the discount, deals.gg, man.
Oh, man.
It is what it is. I got it for $40. That's it. You know, so it's not egregious. It's not egregious. It's still there, though. So,
no doubt. Addict, are you finished showing us all the microtransactions?
No, I want to ask these people what these things are. What is a port crystal?
It's what you fast travel to.
Yeah, fast travel.
You can drop them anywhere in the world.
So just to clarify, is there fast travels in the game?
There is at like 3 different cities. There's a port crystal on the
Okay, so you did say you can only buy all these one time. Like you can't just consistently buy them over and over.
Yeah, you can't buy them over and over.
What can you buy with rift crystals?
That's where you go into the rift to pick your pawns and stuff. Basically, you can hire higher level pawns to kind
like
of
a criminal
get you through a game.
investigation.
Here's the thing.
Show DJ Vlad.
This is one of hold up. This is one of the situations where I haven't played the game, so I'm not going to just go out there and blatantly say false information.
It sounds like you got my man on the stand, like you got the evidence.
So if you see him in the court, could you point him out?
Could you point him out? What define what a
your level of questioning is very good, sir.
Why you got Fonz on the stand?
We need a highlight pointing light.
Yo, Cog, what?
And then he had his arms folded. I like his arms folded when he asked Fonz that.
He's sitting there, he said, what is a ravioli bag?
Like he brought Fonz in for questioning.
Back to the interrogation. What can you
fold
buy
your arms,
with the
fold
rift
your arms.
crystals?
More efficient.
So that's where you go
What
into
can you buy
rift,
with the rift crystals?
You spend them on higher level pawns than you. So like if you are level 45, you can get like a level 46 to a level 60 something if they're out there.
Okay.
And pay more as you get higher level pawns. They're more and more expensive because they will help you out a lot if you get higher level pawns.
Okay, so what is like the spending thing for a higher level pawn? Is it like you have to buy this $5 or pounds? So it's like $6, I guess.
Here's the thing,
and like, does it take the whole 2,500 or is it like 500?
Some of them are very expensive if you go to those higher level pawns. What I did was I always hired a pawn that was my level, which was 0. It was 0 rift crystals. You didn't have to spend anything on it. However, I did end up with a lot of rift crystals by the end of the game, like because I wasn't using them. If I had though, I don't think these are even necessary.
Yeah, he said, but he
Because you
said,
get so much of this stuff within the game. The only thing I would say that's very on this list that is hard to get are like wake stones.
That's what I was about to say. Like at everything you've told me, besides maybe the port crystal, because the way you said is like they're very greedy with like
port crystal and wake stones are the hard ones to get.
To me, those are the only ones that's like, because it seems like everything here, like even if you played a couple times, you could replicate everything here easily. But the wake stones, it's like, so if you run out of wake stones, because you said there's a limited amount, it's like, okay, give me $1. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you want to wake them up, give me $1. Like, I don't like that, because to me that feels like a little bit like, here's the thing, like
it's cheating.
They might not in this game. Capcom's been doing this. Devil May Cry 5. They've been doing this for a minute now. This isn't new for them. But what I don't like is just because they didn't abuse the system. Because right now they might, like, okay, you want to buy these, you buy these, that's fine. Who says Dragon Dogma 3, they make the game more harder on intentionally to force you to go to this thing? That's where I'm worried about, because I feel like, right now people might not take advantage of this, and then Capcom's like, well, why didn't they? Oh, we made the game too easy. Let's half the amount of wake stones that's in the game now. Right. So now they actually have to buy this stuff. But from what I see now, I don't think it's worth like getting upset about. But I understand every time we give these developers a little bit of rope, they're like, we want more. And that's where I am a little bit understanding why the outcry, because, if we say this is okay, then Capcom's going to
I don't
push
like
up a little bit more.
So I don't like them in any fully priced game. However, Capcom has Capcomed before. They've done this with every game. Like, they've always had microtransactions. And even, and yeah, they shouldn't be there. But it's funny how people pick and choose like which one they're going to really cry about or rage about. Yeah. And it's Dragon's Dogma 2 happened to come in the space underperforming literally in the game, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back, was the MTX after that, because people were already mad about the performance. So they were like, oh, let's rage about this. And you know what's shady? They released this game the way they did purposely because their fiscal year ended March 31st today. So that is why they released it the way they did.
And that's another thing. It should be illegal to do that. To hold on to certain things. No, it should be illegal to hold on to like these microtransactions. Call of Duty's done it, where it's like, you give the reviewers and you don't really talk about this, and then once the game launches, then you launch it out. Like, I don't think that should be legal, because to me
Tekken 8 is under fire for that right now.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be able to just practice that.
To my understanding, as I heard it, and I could be wrong, I know there's a lot in here, please correct me if I'm wrong, but the microtransactions were defined on the review sheet that reviewers got. It's just most of them basically kind of glossed over it and didn't speak on it at all. Like,
somebody said ACG said it was his bad. They were there in the review sheet.
They were in the sheet.
If ACG said it,
just wasn't really. It just
wasn't. Well, I mean, regardless, like I want to even talk about like this specific thing on.
Yeah, you talk about in general.
But I'm talking about this practice shouldn't be legal.
Like, being able to put out a product that isn't ready for the market. Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that. Like,
so I must leave y'all.
I
must leave y'all, but I have two things I want to say before I go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
One, I must leave y'all. Unfortunately, I love the show, but I have to leave. I'll leave you with two things. One, I honestly think that the good in this game and the moment to moment and the crazy next gen weirdness outweighs the bad. So like, if you have a chance to play it, you really should. It's crazy fun and weird. It does things that no game in recent memory has done. And two, because it's so performant in a CPU way, I mean, the best you can expect is them stabilizing that 30.
Right.
Do not expect 60 frames anytime soon, people.
Oh, wow.
Not even on the biggest, bodiest PC.
And on PC for you to say that. That's a big deal.
It's just not happening.
That's why I'm playing this sucker on my PC at 1440p. I'm not going to touch that 4K. It's going to be the greatest 1440p thing.
Bro,
it doesn't. See what you're talking about, 1440 to 1080p,
and it
doesn't
change.
matter because that is GPU power. What you're talking is CPU power, which cannot scale. It is what it is. You could be running it at 12p. It'll still be bodied because there's too much physics on screen.
Bro, I run it max settings and then I put it all down. It does nothing. The GPU.
It does nothing.
It does nothing.
King is a fool.
Because it still has to remember all those apples in your inventory that are going bad as your battle.
Then at that point, I'm gonna have to listen to people online. I'm at I came across the town.
Yes,
everybody there getting bodied.
If there's like 10 people in your world, you're fine. You know what I mean? But when there's a hustle and bustle in the city, it's gonna.
Not for you.
I
looked it up, and there's actually a mod out there that removes some of the NPCs that are not necessary. So you could go that route.
That's hilarious. But salute to you, Case. I know you got to run. I know you got to boogie.
Both
of these brothers got to run.
Fonz, I would actually like for them to do a mod that shows me who's not necessary, so I could just
kill.
Physically be the one to remove.
Dark Brotherhood.
That'd be fun.
I got you. But look,